Okay, so how do you spend your evenings?
I study during the week. I study like 1 hour or two, depending on the amount of homeworks and that. And then I go twice a week to play to do some sports. And or I play with I don't know. I go out with my friends, with my dog, or something like that. And or maybe just laying in the bed and listen to some music.
Okay, and you, Sarah?
Mainly I, as Mauro, do my homework every day in the week and study a little bit if I have time. And I train 8 hours a week with my gymnastics, so I need to do everything very quickly and I need to be organized because I have to do everything.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. In the second part of the test, what we do is we give you 2 photos, okay? Or is it 3 in this one? We've got 2 photos for each of you here, okay? So I want you to look at the photos. First, you're going to make observations about the photos. Tell me what you see descriptively, and then we're going to draw comparisons and contrasts between the 2 photos, okay? So we'll start with you. 1 second, I'll show you on the computer here. All right, check that again. All right, so can you tell me what you see in the first photos on the left there, please? Yeah.
The first of the left.
Yep.
In the first, I see kind of nurse helping a football player that has been injured, maybe in a match, and he's laid back in the grass.
Yeah.
In the second, there's a policeman helping a woman that she may be lost, or telling the agent to help him or with something. He's in the middle of the street and nothing more.
Okay. All right, fine. Sarah, can you look at your 2 pictures and can you compare and contrast? Just tell me what you see in the pictures first.
In the first picture, I see a man looking at his plants or vegetables and everything, taking care of them, like in a kind of farm. And it seems a sunny day, and I think he's doing it as a hobby. I think he's not working at it. And in the second picture, I see like kind of park in a city with trees and grass and just people relaxing and playing football or any kind of thing. Just relaxing.
Relaxing. Okay, good. Don't worry, relax. Okay, can you draw some comparisons and some contrast between the 2 pictures now?
As I said before, the first picture is like, both of them are like just in their free time, spending time doing things they like and be with friends in the second one. The first one is just like personal. I think he likes taking care of his plants and just spending time in that.
Spending time doing that, okay. Can you now look at your 2 pictures and draw some contrast between the 2?
I think in both pictures, the policeman and the kind of nurse are doing their job. Maybe the football player too, if he's professional. And the both of them are helping a person. But in the first, they are in a football pitch, and in the second, they are in the street, just in the middle of the street. And in both of them, as it's in black and white, I don't see if it's a sunny day. So
yeah, it's difficult.
In both of them, I suppose that it's a good day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Hand me back the computer for just a moment. I've got look at the questions on thing. Okay. All right. So where were we? Sorry. So, the first one was. Can you tell me? Do you think it's important to help people in situations like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In one situation more than another, because in the first, when they are in the match, it's important, because if it's professional, he's losing time and losing money, and if he's injured, and if it's an important injury, as much time as you spend injured without any help, it could be worse. And in the second, if a woman is lost, I don't know, a policeman is his job. He has to help the people, and if she's lost, she has to indicate him where to go, and if he has lost, or he has been lost, he had to be helped. So I think yes, it's
Needs to be helped. Okay. Do you find it easy to help people with problems?
depending on the situation, because in a situation of I always that I can, I think I usually help, and yeah, normally it's easy, because we usually do it if we see someone in danger. So I think yeah, because
No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. And for your one, was the question was which of the gardens, if you want to look at the picture as well, which of the gardens do you prefer to spend time in yourself?
I think I prefer the second one because it's just like more social and you can find a lot of people there, just friends, family, and just be with people. I like the fact to be with people than more than a hobby and being alone. Maybe if I like taking care of plants, maybe I prefer the first one. But in my case, I prefer the second one just to socialize with you.
Okay, all right. And what was the? Sorry, there was one moment. So I need to look at what's the question? And yeah, and sorry. And what do you think the people are enjoying in these pictures about being in the gardens?
Firstly, they are obviously like. Well, I think both of the situations are like in nature. I sort of that because in both you have green spaces and I don't know, they're close to nature and in fresh air and everything. But I don't know, mainly that.
Okay, all right, good. Don't say don't know too much. Just to be concise. Yeah. If you need to say, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Okay. So in the next part of the test, we're going to have. You're going to look at this topic, okay? And the topic is, why would these ideas attract more tourists into a town, okay? And we've got some subjects here, okay? So the idea of this part is for you to discuss the topics between you, okay? All right? So have a look at the sheet that you can see there, the spreadsheet. It says in the middle, and then it's got 5 or 6. It's got 5 topics around there, and 5 things, structures that they're going to build in an area, okay? And how you think they would affect the area. So let's start with the first one. Can you read what it says for me? Start with the question. It says, Sarah, do you want to go first?
Yes, building a large nightclub can mainly help, but there are a lot of kind of tourists. I think young ones, I think they would like this idea for being at night at parties and with all friends and everything. But I think families that travel just for tourism and everything, I think they wouldn't enjoy that much.
Okay. All right. In this part of the exam, it's important for it to be discussions. So then you come in at this point and say, yes, I agree with Sarah, okay? Or you say, I don't agree with Sarah so much, okay? So.
I agree with Sarah with this because nightclubs are, as she said, mainly for young people, and it could be kind of strange if you go, if you are just a teenager that you don't have the age to go and you're with your family and it's all nightclubs and all party and you just are enjoying time and the place with your family and it would for some ages like between 18, 24 like that it would be nice, but for older and younger people will be not that like.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can you pick another topic from there, and then you start, and then Sarah can agree or intervene. Okay.
Providing more parks. I think that providing more parks would be helpful for attracting tourists to town because it's nature and people are attracted many times for landscapes and if it's a good landscape to see, a good park, people who want to take pictures, who like photography and for just for having a good time, relaxing in a park, would like, and people of all ages this time could enjoy a good park.
Okay.
I agree with you, but I think parks in some countries, like rainy countries and Great Britain and everything, maybe it's not that a good idea because mainly it's all day raining and you cannot enjoy that much the park and the pictures and just being at nature would be fun.
Okay. Anything else to add? No? Okay. In the exam, you may talk about all 5 topics, okay? All right, depending on how fast you are, okay? But for now, we're just gonna do 2 for those, okay? So we'll move on to the next one, okay? Pass me back the laptop and move on to the next piece, okay? So part 3, last one, sorry. This way, okay? So where are we? So in the final part, I'm just going to ask you to. We're going to ask you a few questions, okay? All right. Sorry, no, actually, the last one I forgot from this piece. Can you tell me, looking at the 5 ideas there between the 2 of you, which idea do you think would be the best idea?
The best idea, maybe parks, depending on the place, and having more shops.
More shops, yeah?
The shops, they attract tourists. I know, for me, in my case, if you go for a city like a big metropolis like London or New York, shops are a big part of the attractive of that city. So, and the price, depending on the price also, you could like more or less on parks, as I said.
Okay.
Before.
I agree completely with Mauro because having more shops attract women and men both, and as there are some marks or brands, they are in some countries and in yours they are not, so you can mainly be in touch with them and maybe buy something there that in your country you can't, or just buy it for a lower price.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Good stuff, guys. All right. Pass me up that. Try not to drop this. The last piece. Okay. So the last piece. Okay. Of the exam is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. That's sample paper 2. Is that sample paper 1 there then? Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions at the end. Okay. So do you think you have to spend a lot of money to have a good holiday?
It depends, because if you go to, for example, London, from Spain to London, it's expensive because the change of money is a great difference in if you need to have a big amount of money, so it depends because if you go from London to Spain, is the other way around, is cheaper. So, but in normally it's expensive because if you want to go for a place with shops, you want to buy things, you want to have experiences like go, I don't know, like London, to the London Eye, or you have to pay, you have to spend money to eat, to have some like expeditions for places and yeah.
Okay, alright, good. Okay, your next question. Some people say we travel too much these days and shouldn't go on so many holidays. What do you think, Sarah?
I think, well, personally, I like holidays a lot. So I like to travel and visit new places and just get to know some new countries or just regions in my country. And I think traveling is like a way of learning the world in which you are living in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe for people who haven't got that much money, it's difficult because they can't have trips like too much because they spend too much money. But for me, it's great to make trips and to get to know new people.
Okay. Alright, guys. So that's the end of the test. Okay. Essentially, that's the format. Okay. Oh no, that's